Chef Dave here. We're gonna make some plain on stuffed cabbage. We're actually gonna do stuffed turnip greens. I do have some Napa cabbage I'm gonna stuff as well. And we're gonna do that with a tomato sauce, kind of Middle Eastern style. So we're gonna start off with 3 pounds ground pork, 3 pounds ground beef. I got our turnips and our greens and our cabbage already blanched off, ready to go. The vegetables, carrots, onions, celery, the zucchini, garlic, already sauteed off and cooled down. We're gonna do potatoes for a side with that. We got our jasmine rice that we're gonna mix in, and then we're gonna do some golden raisins, a little bit of pine nuts, some of our season here, and then we're gonna saute some vegetables for the red sauce, as well as some mushrooms to add along with the potatoes. I got my eggs and milk for the stuffing, and then some chicken stock here. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and start making the red sauce. So I'm going to start off with a hot pot, and I'm going to add to that a good amount of olive oil, and go ahead and add our carrots, celery, onions in there. Come back here later and kind of scrape those down a little bit. There we go. We're going to add our garlic in there. So let's go ahead and put it in, I think it was a 1/4 cup. Got that going. We're going to saute that for a little bit, and then we'll come back and add some chicken stock and the tomato to it. I'm going to do our mushrooms. I have a little bit of olive oil and some butter melting down in the pan here. So, I got 2 pounds here, cut in half, and I'm gonna saute those down. See a little salt and pepper on there, and come back and check on those later. All right, those mushrooms have been cooking a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of garlic to that. Stir it in, and then I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of chicken stock here in a minute. Saute these mushrooms a little bit and some garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with, let's say, about a pint, so 16 ounces of chicken broth here. Gonna get that onto a medium heat. Go ahead and cover that up. We're gonna cook that down till it's tender. While we're over here, we're gonna go ahead and move over to our tomato sauce. So I've already cooked down the vegetables in there. I'm gonna go ahead and add about 8 ounces of tomato paste, our Middle Eastern season, some Hungarian paprika, some salt and pepper, got a little bit of parsley in there. I'm gonna go ahead and stir this around. We want to get it all nice and sticky, sticking together. It's starting to smell really good. That za'atar has a unique flavor and smell to it. Now that we got the tomatoes down there, we're gonna go ahead and add about 4 cups of our chicken stock to that. 2, 3, 4. Last but not least, I'm gonna hit it with about 2 ounces of golden raisins. And we'll come back here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and add the tomatoes to it. We got 6 cans of San Marzano tomatoes pureed, ready to go in here. And we'll come back and check on it in a little bit. Now we're gonna add our tomatoes to it. I like to put a spoon or something in there to help it from splashing all over the place, but with tomatoes, they're just messy. There we go. Give that a nice stir. I'm gonna cook that down for about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll come back and taste it and see if we need to adjust it with any seasoning or anything else. now we're gonna go ahead and make our stuffing. So we have our meat here. Go ahead and add some of the vegetable to it. Probably about a little more, about 2 cups or so. Our 6 eggs and 1/4 cup of milk. Our za'atar, which is the Lebanese spice. It's got sumac and thyme and a couple other things in there. And paprika. About 2 tablespoons of each of those. Got about a 1/2 cup of toasted pine nuts. About a 1/2 cup of some golden raisins. Then we're gonna go ahead with, this is 9 cups of rice. Need 6, so let's put a little bit in there. We'll give it a mix and add some more. We got extra. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this down, and then we'll come back and check on it after I'm done. What we're gonna do is stuff some of the Napa cabbage. So what I like to do is I'm gonna cut a little bit of this vein out right here. You can go through and prep them all up, or just do them one at a time, depending on how you like to do that. I want to get me about 2 or 3 tablespoons of our stuffing here, and just like to wrap it up just like that. Go ahead and I'm gonna do the rest of those, as well as my turnip greens. So in the turnip green, they're pretty thin, almost like a grape leaf. So what we're gonna do is the same thing. Get a good 2 or 3 tablespoon size. Get that in there. We can make these a little bit bigger. And just tuck them under and roll them up. There we go. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead, stuff the rest of these, and then we'll be ready to add the sauce and cook in the oven. Now we have the cabbages and the turnip greens stuffed. Already have them done in the pan here. I got one filled up with tomato sauce already. What I did is I took our tomato sauce, I put a little bit of chicken stock in it to thin it out some, so we can get it all over these vegetables here. Just want to cover them. Give it a little kind of schmooze. A bit thicker stuff on the top. I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of a Parmesan cheese on here to give us a little bit of that umami that everybody loves so much. I'm going to put it in the oven at 425 degrees for about 25 minutes. And then it should be done. It just depending on your oven and how big your pan is, I would always check with the biotherm to make sure that you are at 165 degrees. I'm gonna get a little bit of the potatoes over here. We pulled our stuffed cabbage out of the oven, ended up turning it down to 375 and went about 40 minutes on it. Got an internal temperature 165. My recommended plating. And then I have started to pan up some to-go boxes. If you're interested in buying any of my meals, please PM me. I have a couple other things on the menu as well. Thank you for watching.